Okay, hello, I'm Sonya Hale, and my journey with the Outside Edge. So I started coming to the Outside Edge 8 years ago, and I had just left treatment, and I was an absolute wreck. You know, I'd certainly never performed on stage or done anything theatrical. I'd been street homeless and just been in and out of prison and so when I first heard about the Outside Edge, I'd always wanted to do something creative, and then I heard about the Outside Edge. I thought it'd be quite interesting to go and see this theatre production, and I was invited up on stage because it was a forum piece. I went up on stage and it was just electric. I just felt like I came alive, and I really felt like I just got the bug for theatre then. And so I started coming back to the Outside Edge Theatre Group, and very, very, very slowly, gradually, my confidence started to build. To start with, I would just sit there in abject terror and not say anything. I'd wonder why on earth I was going to these sessions, because they were just absolutely agony. There was all these kind of confident, creative people all throwing in ideas, and I was just terrified. And but I kind of gradually started to melt and crack, and I just found that when I was performing and improvising, that everything in the world fell away, and I just kind of lost myself in this space of make-believe, and it was just incredible, and it was so healing for me, for my confidence, for my sense of self, to kind of get away from, because I think as well, being an addict, my whole life had been about wanting to get away from it, or wanting to get into other worlds, and so being able to do that in a safe space, and also being able to act out, I guess, a lot of things that had happened in my life, good and bad things, and be able to play with them, and anyway, it was incredible. And at one point, Phil said to me, why don't you write a piece? I said, why don't we do this? And he said, well, why don't you write it? And it was amazing that someone just had that kind of confidence in me, and I'm have a bit of a workaholic in me, and I obviously just went straight away and just busily wrote a million things, and Phil just really supported me. He supported me and guided me. He read work, and he gave me the space. He let me give other actors work for them to read out, and I remember standing there and watching these other actors reading out my work, and I was crying nearly, because it was just the most amazing thing. I felt so touched and so privileged, and so, because in my life I'd never felt like anyone listened or was heard me or anything. I felt like I really didn't have a voice, and so for other people to have so much confidence in what I was saying that other people would read it out was absolutely incredible. And so I kept writing, and I also kept performing, and I loved both things. I kind of decided that this was going to be it. I was going to make a career out of this. I wanted it so much, and but I couldn't do both things, and also at 5 years clean, I got diagnosed with cancer and things, and I just didn't have the energy really to do performance. So I concentrated on writing, and Phil encouraged me every step of the way to write monologues, to come up with ideas, to write bits of scripts, and a lot of them we ended up working together on writing them, and then he also gave me the chance to write my first play, which was just the most ridiculously, you know, it was just insane. I think it was about a woman looking for her child in a drug scam, but it was the end of the world, and you know, climate change was going to flood London. It was crazy anyway. And but Phil, you know, gave me the space in a theatre to put it on, and he was an absolutely incredible man. Like he, his drive and his belief, you know, was just absolutely unfailing. And you know, the belief that he had in the outside edge, but also the belief that he had in all of us, and that he wanted to create exciting, edgy theatre. You know, he really, really wanted to, you know, push us to the edge. You know, with all of it. You know, all the extremes of life. Because as addicts, you know, we've really lived life on the edge, and that you know, that was what he, you know, really wanted to create in theatre. And yeah, so one of the plays we did, I wrote kind of lots of little bits of it, and Phil kind of pieced it together, and we took it on tour around prisons and institutions, and it was about a young girl's struggle as she left prison, and you know, didn't want to use drugs, but her brother was using, and all these things. It was about the struggle you have when you leave prison, and we took it to prisons, and the response was incredible. You know, I can remember taking it in and being absolutely terrifying, because there was all these kind of tough looking lads, and but you know, at the end they kind of had tears in their eyes, and it really, really touched them. So I just thought I would read one little bit from the very start of this play, where Kelly, the main character, she's on the RAPT program in prison, and I think she's about to leave, but so I've not read it out loud for a little while, so you have to bear with me. But to be honest, I was shitting it. Getting clean, getting honest, getting vulnerable with a bunch of fucking girls. Are you mad? But sat right here now with you lot, I can honestly say, hand on heart, it's by far the best thing I've ever done. Girls, I ask you, all bitches and whores, I thought, but then I guess the mother love, well, you know, I thought girls were good for ripping and fighting and flirting with the fellas. But you showed me it doesn't have to be like that. And you've been there with me every step of the way. Back when I couldn't take my cap off, couldn't lift my hoodie, couldn't lift my eyes off the floor, you lot were there. When I stomped about like a moody ass teenager, you didn't rise to it. Well, not every time, eh, Joe? You know, you wouldn't have stood a chance, but grant you, I've been some tear up. Chatting about shit that hurts, not easy. Hardest thing I ever did, but wow, it's worth it. Told you so much I never even spoke to the dog about before. And you never judged me, or laughed, or took the piss too much. All that nasty shit with my mum, and how I'd puke as a kid, fingers down my throat and telling no one. And how I didn't stop fucking puking till I got here, opened my mouth and found out I'm not alone. And you helped me to see it's okay. It is okay to actually grieve my dad, despite everything, that it's okay to hate him with a seething vengeance, and yet still love him also. No man deserves to die like that, with naught but a bottle of Frosty Jacks and a frozen heart out the back of Peckham Cinema. What he did was unforgivable, but he's still my dad. And, you know, I can't help the way I feel. And all that with tea, where do I fucking start? My God, the pain of that. Hurt like fucking Scottish winter mist inside, never ending. Just wanting the fucker home bad. Afghanistan, the stupid bastard. Tried to stop him, I did, stubborn to the core. He didn't get no fancy coffin on telly with a fucking flag like all those posh cunts. Man, he didn't even get his dog's collar, not even a plaque on a pebble, skanking bastards. Only wanted his hat and his boots to hang to say goodbye. And you lot didn't take the piss when I wrote and pleaded and asked just for his hat and boots. And finally, when I wrote my own little plaque and planted a tree, well, scrawny bit of shrubbery, you still didn't take the piss, but helped me find my plot and dig the hole and keep it safe. I know, proper. It'll be well cared for, and when I'm back out there on the fucking wing, and when me and Miss Winehouse downed his last brandy, yeah, you took the piss. Soon you're singing along their way. She'd have been right here with us lot, no messing. Yeah, all right, Trey, sing better than you. Bring it fucking on. Everything I told you, what I did for a poxy 10 bag and a measly pipe, all that nasty grimy shit you do year after year, selling your soul to the fucking devil and still going back out begging for more. Well, coming here, I found out it ain't just me, and there's real beauty and comfort in that, and it gives me the permission to be me. Got my tribe, got my girls, got you lot, and I'll take you wherever I go. So, till we meet again, mes amigos, check you lot out there, check you soon, check you lot in Portugal, on the sunny side of the moon. One love, peace out, keep shaking that booty. That's the